Hey guys, Mateo here. I'm the Guildmaster of Pathogen Gaming. This is going to be a summon pull-a-thon. So if you didn't know, the patch just came out. So the Mystic Summon portal has changed. The 5-star in there is Judge KISE. The 4-star is Moonlight Leo, Roaming Warrior Leo. So we're going to go ahead and get in there. I haven't done anything yet today. So we're going to go straight into the summons and let's get it done.
Treasure your new connection.
So first I have my 10 free summons. I think this is the last day for these. So make sure that you're doing these, do your 10 free summons. Select all these 3 stars. So if you're watching this over on YouTube, please feel free to give this a like and a subscribe. If you like content like this or you want to see something else, please feel free to express that in the comments. That's the only way I'll know to keep doing these things. So I appreciate that very much. And here's a Clarissa. If you're over on Twitch or any of the live streaming, please hit that follow button. Subscribe as well. We're going to be doing some Q&A on some of the new changes that are coming up for the Arena Season 3 with the meta, with the nerfs that came out. We're also going to be doing some of the changes with the gear. What does that mean going forward? Because I hear a lot of misconceptions out there. I hear a lot of things that are wrong. Does this mean X nerf isn't as bad, or does it mean this isn't as good, or things like that? And I it's like yuck. So I want to kind of correct some of those misconceptions about that, and I will be doing that on the live stream a little bit later. Now, for you guys, I will be going all the way to the pity because I really want Judge KISE. Now, here's the first thing I'll point out here. Units, there's 3 facets right to progression. There's the unit, there's the gear on your unit, and there's how well your unit is mola'd and artifact and all that, right? So I have a plus 15 Bloodblade Corinne, sorry, excuse me. And so just pulling this Judge KISE isn't good enough. Right, I have to mola her. I have to gear her appropriately. It's not just the unit. Just having a Moonlight 5-star or having a unit that's really high on the tier list by itself doesn't do anything, because my Bloodblade Corinne is already doing a ton of damage, being plus 15. So at plus 0, that Judge KISE isn't actually going to out damage my Bloodblade Karen. I have to mola her too. Oh, and here we go. Oh, it's Ken, but I needed Ken. Ken is news for me as well. I did need Ken. That's a great pull. But like I was saying before, the Bloodblade, my Bloodblade Karen is going to be doing more damage until I mola my Judge KISE. So if you're thinking about like, man, it's only if I get unit X it's going to be so much better. You have to appropriately skill them and everything as well, guys. So just think about that when you're trying to plan out, okay, which unit is better. Because I know all the multipliers are known and everything, but you're looking at people that already have completed products. Their units are plus 15. They're super well geared, super fast, high effect resistance, high damage, whatever that unit needs in gear, and you're looking at that finished product, you're going, okay, well, my unit doesn't hit that hard, so when I get this new unit, it's going to be way better, right? So you have to think that you have to be able to make them finished products in order for them to be true upgrades. Because if I had no molas and I weren't able to mola this Judge KISE, wouldn't even be an upgrade. This wouldn't be worth me pulling. Now, I would probably still pull to have it just in case, like just have it sitting on my bench when I can mola her, but she needs the molas. There are very few units that can just be at plus 0 and be good to go. Very few. Even if it's just getting the lower cooldown on your S3. even if something is as easy as that, and what is that, 5 molas, 6 molas, you know, somewhere around there. So you want to at least be doing that. Another one is the stat changes, right? So flat stats got changed. Remember, it's not just the flat stats on your substat gear, guys. It's the main stat on your left side as well. So your weapon, your armor, and your helmet. Those all got better. So yeah, the guy that's unfortunate and has flat stats on his gear is a little bit stronger than he was relative to people that didn't have it. But everybody got buffed because of the left side main stat change. There are nothing but flat stats on the left side main stat. So every single unit in the game got buffed. Now, especially people that have been farming Wyvern 11, been doing raids. So if you have 88 and 85 eye level gear on your left side, you got a bigger boost than people that are just throwing whatever in there, right? So every unit got stronger. So it's not just the buff to the people that had the flat stats on their substats. Every unit got stronger. Every unit has more HP, more defense, more attack, right? And so a couple of things that come up with that is, does that mean that the tankier you are, the less you get out of it in terms of total percentage of stats? Sure. But in terms of time to live, right? So time to live is a metric we use in other RPGs. So whether it's Final Fantasy 14 or World of Warcraft, or maybe you're playing a single player RPG, you're doing some Skyrim, you're doing, you know, Elder Scrolls, whatever you're doing out there, Monster Hunter World, whatever you're out there playing, time to live is how, well, it's literally time. How long does it take for you to die if something's hitting you? Now, in a turn-based game like this, we typically look at it as time to kill, is how many hits you can take before you die. So even though, and I mean, we can talk about this. We can look this up on, if you're over on the live stream after this is over. There's a formula to calculate your time to kill. So let's say I do 1,000 damage and you have 100 defense and you gain 50. No matter if you had 100 or you had 200 defense, no matter what your starting point was, adding that 50 defense, even though it's going to be a lesser or greater percentage of your total defense, it's still going to give you the same time to live because it's still affecting my attack against you versus your total hit points. It's called effective health points, right? That's what we're trying to find, is effective health. All right, I have X amount of HP, Y amount of defense. Just how much damage can I take before I die? And so you'll find that that's pretty nice. If I pull Roaming Warrior Leo, I have an imprint for him. You're going to find that number stays the same for the effective health points. So no matter what your increase is, no matter what that percentage is, that raw number is going to affect your time to live, no matter what your starting point is. So in a sense, yeah, tankier unit's going to get less of a total percentage increase on their defense and HP, and in some cases that does matter. Like let's say you're getting hit by a unit that has penetrate defense, right? That's a point where that's going to matter. Or let's say unit A has great multipliers for HP and defense, unit B doesn't, right? So that increase for the flat stats isn't going to be as great on one unit as it is on the other. There are definitely circumstances where how tanky a unit is before the change is going to influence how much they get out of the change. That's not what I'm refuting. What I am refuting is that Unit A and Unit B are going to get different amounts of effective health in a general sense over 99.999% of content in this game. This is a lot of inots. More than I ever could have dreamed of. I'm going to skip past the threes. I'm going to skip past the threes. Here's something that's been on my mind. Legend. People that think that, yeah, I'm going to trade my whatever for Dark Corvus and I'm going to Legend. Climbing into Legend has never been the problem for anybody. Even your comp today, comp you had yesterday, or the buffs. If you really wanted to put the Sky Stones and spin the flags to get in the Legend, maybe for the one-time Sky Stones or just to say you made it, you can do that right now. There's no unit you need to actually climb through there. Your matches can be as slow or as fast as possible that you want them to be, and you can still win. What keeps you there is going to be your defense, right? So if you're thinking about, oh man, I need that Dark Corvus, or I need that Judge KISE for my offense, that's never been what's going to get you to stay in Legend. It's 100% your defense, because on that Sunday night you're going to get hit multiple times an hour, and multiple is, it's an understatement. Sometimes you're going to get hit 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, depending on how high up you are and how susceptible your defense is to certain offensive counters. You're going to get hit a ton of times, and that's the only thing that's going to keep you there. It's not your offense. People do Tamarin, Assyria, and whatever single target DPS they want on that third slot, with CDOM, right? So it'll be Tam, Assyria, CDOM, and then like Baiken or Luna or something like that, and the match takes 3 to 5 minutes, and that's pretty slow compared to one turn killing somebody with Oxalot's Cleave, right, in like 30 seconds. So, and those people can definitely do their Tam Assyria comp and stay in Legend. It's because of their defense. Your defense is 100% going to be what keeps you or grants you higher access into Arena. It's not your offense. Because you get to pick your opponent. You can refresh, you can determine who you're going to hit. Man, I don't really have a good comp into ML Ball, so I'm just not going to fight any ML Balls. I'm going to have 100% win rate on offense because I'm just literally never going to pick into the comp I can't beat. You have that choice on offense. You don't have that choice on defense. You can't pick who's going to fight into you. So if you're looking at improving your Arena, and this is primarily aimed at challenger and champion level players. If you're trying to climb an Arena, you need to work on your defense. You need to 100% improve your defense. Maybe have a friend that's in there fight you, or maybe have a guildmate fight you, or just walk through in your head how it's going to play out when somebody fights you. And you're thinking, oh man, my Carmen has no effect resistance, or my Dizzy has no effect resistance, so I know that Assyria is going to get the S3 off on her and she's just going to get nuked right away, and Tamarin's going to cleanse my Dizzy's S3 off of their team, so it's essentially like I only have 3 people on my team, so maybe I should make my Dizzy slower, tankier, give her more effect resistance, or do whatever, make her slower so she goes after the enemy's Tamarin and not before, so they can't cleanse the S3, or they have to make a hard decision there. Those are the things that are going to increase your rank in Arena. Those kind of decisions. Not pulling a unit in a vacuum, which is ironically what I'm doing right here. But I'm already Cancer. I'm already a Carmen Fallen Cecilia guy. Well, after the refund, I have Fallen Cecilia now, so I'm already that guy, right? My defense looks like everybody else's defense. So I'm finishing up my offensive options, because there are some teams that Judge Kisei is going to be better into than Bloodblade Karen, and there are some teams that Bloodblade Karen are going to be better into than Judge Kisei. Like, for example, I'd rather one-shot a martial artist Ken than with Bloodblade Karen than give him a chance to counter my Judge Kisei, because even though Judge Kisei does more total damage with her cleave, it's broken into 2 turns, it's broken into 2 attacks, whereas Bloodblade Karen's her 1.45x multiplier on her S3 is all that one big giant hit, so I don't have to worry about him surviving with 50% HP and countering, right? So there are some instances where I want to use both units, and it's going to ultimately improve the time on my offense, because that's if you're really looking into making an offensive impact, because let's say you already have your Carmen, your Ruella of Light, your Fallen Cecilia, your Apocalypse Ravi, your Dizzy, you already have your units all built up, your Seaside Bologna, whatever else you're running on your Dark Corvus, your normal Corvus, the Bruiser you have, your Assassin Cartusia, whatever you're running on your defense that's squared away, or maybe you're an asshole and you're running double healer, so you have made Chloe with your Ruella of Light, and I hate you, or you're still running Arbiter Vildred, but you should probably cut that out. Then go ahead, make that offensive addition, and that's what I'm doing. I'm getting the Judge Kisei. So because the teams that I can't fight, or it's going to be a harder fight into with my Bloodblade Karen, I now have another option. Maybe I want that second cleave to pull my CDOM all the way up. Maybe I need more pull. Maybe I need the Dispel. Maybe I need the cooldown increase. Maybe I need to them to not S3 on turn 1, because I know I can't kill all 4 of them on turn 1. It's going to be kind of a 1.5, 2 turn cleave, and I need to stall them a little bit, so I get my second round of cleaves out. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here, and yeah, kind of hoping I don't hit the pity, but this it's life. We live it. Let's see what else. And this is just a small, I'm just running through some small bullet points here, because we're going to go through this in depth on the live stream after this video's over. But how the meta is going to shift, right? So the meta, the way I point this is, the meta is reactive. It's not proactive. Now, there may be a few people that are proactive, but you're still at the mercy of market forces, right? So if everybody decides to use fire units, it doesn't matter how good your earth unit is, you're not using it, right? Even if the earth unit is just 100% better than every fire unit in the game, if everybody, here we go. No, that's probably another Ken. Is it another Ken? Another Ken. So if everybody's using fire units, then you just can't use your really good earth unit. It just doesn't matter, right? So you're at the mercy of what everybody's using, even if they're all wrong and you just have a better idea. You know what I mean? So you can't predict what everybody's going to like or not, because Falconer Clury has honestly been in the game forever, and nobody really started using her on their arena defenses until DN banner, until people started using DN, and then people used their Clury to get rid of DN, to counter DN, and then DN, then people were like, oh, well, I need to max my potion vial to get the taunt off, and then Smilegate randomized it, because it used to be fixed where it would always cleansed the provoke, and then they randomized it, and then so Clary kind of was that DN stopper, that DN counter, because everybody ran DN on offense and defense. But she was always an amazing unit. She was always an amazing unit. And people should have been using her from day one, but we weren't. You know, so it's a matter of, the OP thing is already in the game. It's just a matter of people have to recognize it, the masses, and people have to start planning for it or planning against it, right? So Corrado is another example. It's always been in the game, day one. He was mean. People didn't want to pull him, but he was always there. And then all of a sudden, Araminta comes out in March, beginning of the arena, not Guild Wars preseason, right? And now all of a sudden people are like, oh, well, I need immunity set. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, my Araminta is useless with the immunity set. And then everybody was like, oh, wait, there's this meme unit I have called Gerardo that I can pair with her to get the immunity sets off. So now I can get my stuns and my burns off. And it's like everybody had the unit just sitting in their inventory on the bench, but now everybody's using it, right? Because now it uh-oh, here we go. Here it is, boys. I hope. Congratulations to me. Judge KISE.
This is my duty. I will go with you until the world ends.
I was a little worried there that I was going to have to go all the way to the 200 pity. And that would have been very unfortunate. So I am going to finish my my thought here before we swap over to the live stream, guys. Actually, I have 2 Moonlight Summons. I'm going to pull these 2. You're in for a treat, guys. You're in for a treat. You're going to see some 3 stars. Yeah, 3 stars. Uh-oh. Oh? Oh? No, sorry. Almost. This video is going to be X-rated real soon if that was another 5-star. So anyway, guys, that's it for my pulling session. So I got my Judge KISE. I'm gonna start working on her. Probably I'll work on her on stream. So I'll be doing that while we go through the Q&A. Finishing my thought, and I kind of dropped it where I was. But the arena stuff, right? Guild Wars. So the arena is reactive, right? What people are going to use on their defense. Somebody will have a great idea. We'll have 100% win rate. We'll trash all of our defenses, and then you'll see defenses change, right? So today, you're still going to see people with Arbiter Vildred on their defense, and they're not going to change that until they see their defensive win percentage drop, 5-10%, or however many is needed for them to think that that's crazy and they need to change it, right? So that's my example. So don't knee-jerk react, change things yet, right? Because a lot of it is reactive, and so if people change in a way that's favorable to the way you're running, then you didn't need to change anything at all. So if people swap out their Arbiter Vildreds and I no longer have to extra turn cleave him, well, then I didn't need to pull Judge KISE. I could have just kept doing what I'm doing now. Like, it's just like that's a win for me. Like, I don't have to change anything on my team for me to be doing better if people remove Arbiter Vildred from their defenses. So that's the kind of thing I mean. So don't knee-jerk react and change everything on your team just yet. And this is a shell of one of my offenses here at the table that I use. I have Sasha Athanes on Celeste, however you want to pronounce that, to get the CR boost after Bloodblade Karen kills most of their team. If there's anybody left alive, like a Ruella of Light or a May Chloe, then Luna finishes that up after getting the 45-50% CR boost from Sash. sachet. So Luna goes in there, finishes them off. Both her and Bloodblade Karen's soul burns only cost 1. My Takahelzu's max, so both of them get the soul burn. Their S3s, and Luna critting for 20-25k on a unit single target is enough to finish off anybody. Right? They're going to be half health or lower from Bloodblade Karen. So that's one of the shells of one of my teams. I swap around. The Luna slot and the Celeste slot get swapped around a lot. Aux slots and Bloodblade Karen are fixed, and then Luna might turn into a Baiken, Celeste might turn into C-Dom, whatnot. That's typically how my team works out. It's typically either Celeste or C-Dom in that I want to get more CR boost so I can swap things around, so I can get a finishing burst out if my cleaver doesn't finish everything up at first. So that's all, guys. Again, like and subscribe to the video if you like this kind of content. I will keep doing this. And if you are going to follow me over to the live stream, then check that out. Channel name is Darcy's. We'll be going through everything. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired. I've been doing a lot of traveling. Extreme DFO tournament just concluded the qualifier, and so the finals will be in Seoul. I don't know how to pronounce this because I'm dumb. Seoul, South Korea in November. So we'll stay tuned for that as well. I probably won't be streaming that personally, but I'm pretty sure main channel will be streaming that, and of course DFO will be streaming that themselves. It's going to be a pretty big thing, big arena. If you've ever seen like a League of Legends tournament, something like that, it's going to look like that. It's going to be pretty crazy. So thanks again, guys. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.